Welcome back, y'all, and thanks for watching. We finally have our baby here, and as we start to get back into the swing of things, we're finally back in the mountains for some much-needed R&R, Colorado style. So, on the menu today, you probably guessed it, it's ramen. And first things first, we need to set up our station. Alright, so the ramen we're having for lunch today is an incredibly simple recipe or version called Shio ramen. The word Shio means salt in Japanese, and in case you haven't put two and two together, this ramen is seasoned primarily with salt. This type of ramen highlights and focuses on the flavors of the broth versus highlighting any flavors or combinations of the add-ons. And in doing this Shio ramen tends to be a lighter style of ramen versus most things that you would find in Japan or even here in America. So to keep with the theme of lighter fare, today I'm using chicken thigh. However, it is prepared the exact same way I showed you prior with the chashu that's braised in soy and mirin. You're simply going to slice the thighs into thirds, and then we'll sear it. Now, it goes without mentioning, but you should have a preheated pan for this. Now, the best part about searing this chicken is that you really only need the hot piece of cast iron, no oil necessary. You'll need to just make sure that you're applying a little constant pressure to ensure a consistent sear across the chicken. I also want to add note that I am at a very high elevation for today's lunch, so I have this screaming hot. If you're at sea level, you probably won't need it this hot. Alright, so now we're going to heat the broth and get that ready so we can put our ramen together. Now, I'm only doing this part because we're sitting at just under 10,000 feet above sea level and things take a little bit longer to boil or cook. So I'm going to help speed up the process a little bit. Alright, so let's cook this chicken. Now you'll notice that these pieces, as I'm turning them over, they can get quite dark. Do not freak out. This is just the sugar in the mirin and the soy that you cook the chicken in. It's browning. That's all this is. It looks burnt. It adds a little char. It's not burnt. Alright, so it looks like Mama's hungry. It is time to eat, y'all. So let's put this ramen together, starting with the broth. While that heats up, let's go ahead and cut the ajitama. After that, we're going to season our broth with our Shio. Of course, I speed this up in editing, but heating up that broth makes this go by so much faster. I can't stress it. You saw how thick it was? You want this screaming hot. So then we go in with the nudes. And to that, we're going to add in some of that shredded napa. Next, we're going to hit it with our Shio. This has a little ginger, a little garlic, just to add some depth. Then we're going to go on with that toasted sesame. We're going to top that with our chicken. And of course, don't forget about that ajitama and that white kimchi that I made at home. Not gonna make a video on it. It's just kimchi with no gochujara in it. And that is all she wrote, y'all. Alright, so we're gonna eat real quick and then we're gonna load it up because we actually have a part 2 video coming up. That'll take place just down the road at Twin Lakes. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Hit that like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.